My name is Khadijah Williams, and I'm a survivor. I grew up chronically homeless, and that experience has really shaped how I view the world and how I experience the world, living in just lots of very crowded places with lots of people, in shelters with cots and mats, in motels, at the end of highways, at bus stations, at some points outside on old mattresses and abandoned homes. That whole entire journey was one in which I was hiding, or trying to hide as much as possible, being homeless. When I was trying to hide the fact that I didn't always have nice clothes to wear. I remember getting beat up a lot. I remember being chased a lot. I remember being, used and, abused. And the thing is, I was like surrounded by other kids who were impoverished as well. Maybe not as poor as I was, but they were, a paycheck away from being homeless themselves. I do this work because it is hard, and there's lots of messaging that you're getting to say that you're somehow like wrong and it's your fault, and that's not true. Children who experience homelessness, one of the top things that they want to feel is that they are cared for and they are loved, and that they are not seen as less than. And there's all these messages that they're getting from all these different spaces about how they're less than. And the very first thing that people look at is the person's clothes. It's something that people overlook because they think of the immediate needs like food, and they think of these longer term needs like, shelter. And yes, we should house the homeless. We should have a housing first perspective. But these are longer term things. What are something that we can do right now? And that's giving a child a pair of shoes. New shoes are so hard to come by. Kids grow incredibly fast. I've had so many foot problems that go back to like the type of shoes that I had access to. My mom would buy shoes that were too big for me because who knew when I was gonna get new shoes? We expect schools to do a lot. We expect them to educate the child. We expect them to be the social worker, the therapist, the psychiatrist, the child protective services, like first line response. Like that's a lot of expectations and pressure to put on teachers for problems that we can address through innovative partnerships. Like, as we know of all that's happening right now, not only with COVID-19 disproportionately impacting minority populations who are more likely to be homeless, if we want to make sure that kids have shoes, we need to make sure that we're working with someone who knows what they're doing and who can partner with other organizations. And so if you can support a place like Souls for Souls, prime example being For Every Kid, I feel like it's a no-brainer to give a kid a pair of shoes. And to have an organization like that's actually taking on all of that logistical burden of doing that is really incredible, because schools don't really have time to do it. Giving a child a pair of shoes is that step to telling them, you know what? I see better things for you because you're deserving of new shoes. And here's this way of being able to imagine a different world where you can be that person who's not experiencing homelessness, because if you can get a new pair of shoes, what else is possible?